Coming up on Wolfpack All Access, presented by Champion Chevrolet. Fresh off the first win in the Jeff Choate era, Nevada football returns to Mackey Stadium, taking on a formidable foe in Georgia Southern. We have highlights, reaction, and an exclusive sit-down with Coach Choate. One of the Silver and Blues' newest stars has taken quite the journey to landing with the Pack. We profile tight end Jace Henry, the pride of Alaska. Plus, Nevada Hoops fans remember when Joe Shaw was doing his thing inside Lawler Event Center? Well, now he's back on campus, taking care of the current crop of Wolfpack athletes. We go behind the scenes inside Nevada's training room. Hey there, friends, and welcome to another edition of Wolfpack All Access. I'm Mike Stephenson, hanging out here inside our Champion Chevrolet Nevada Sportsnet studio. After a thrilling win last week at Troy, Nevada returning home and trying to match its victory total from the last two seasons, welcoming the Eagles from Georgia Southern. The first meeting between the Wolfpack and the Eagles since the 1990 Division I AA National Championship. That game did not go the Silver and Blues way, but early in 2024's installment, things looking good. With the Pack's opening drive going 10 plays for 85 yards, it's Cortez Braham Jr. hauling in the touchdown from Brendan Lewis. Notice Chris Alt, the legend, in the background. The Eagles would respond. It is now 7-7, but here comes the Pack on its second drive. Nevada is back in, this time Lewis using his legs, the 2-yard touchdown to make it 14-7. It's now 14-10. Georgia Southern has it back, and the Eagles are back in the end zone. J.C. French finding Dalen Cobb from 24 yards out. This drive, 8 plays for 80 yards, but 30 of those yards were Nevada penalties. Huge as the Pack trailed by 3 at halftime. It's now 20-17, Georgia Southern in the fourth. Nevada putting together a massive drive, but Savion Red wants this back. Nearly an epic touchdown. Instead, the ball pops out, and it's a fumble recovered by Georgia Southern. A brutal blow as this one goes the other way. But the Wolfpack would have another chance, needing to convert this 4th and 1 with about 2.5 minutes to play. Patrick Garrow, though, is stuffed at the line. A big-time play for the Eagles' defense as the Pack turns it over again. Nevada would get one final heave at a miracle. Last play of the game, and boy, it was close. Lewis launching it downfield for Jaden Smith. He hauls it in, but at the 5-yard line. That close. The Wolfpack loses a heartbreaker to Georgia Southern, 20-17.
It stings. It hurt. Like, we don't want to lose any games at all. We can win every game on our schedule, and so when you drop one, especially in the fashion that we did, it just hurts even more. Any loss hurts, but even in the close games, man, those ones really sting in a different type of way.
Based on the way the game went, how we had some self-inflicted wounds, it's not sitting right with me, but keep my head up, keep the team's head up.
I think we definitely beat ourselves in a lot of aspects of the game, and it's just something we can fix inside our house. So just another thing to clean up. I think once we get that together, we'll be a real force to be reckoned with.
All right, so the Pack falls to 1-2, now set for a trip to Minnesota coming up next Saturday. Coming up, Jeff Choate joins us for an exclusive sit-down. His chat with Alex Margulies is coming up next on Wolfpack All Access.
On first down, throws towards the corner. He's got his man. Touchdown, Wolfpack. Cortez Braham Jr., his second touchdown of the year. And Nevada quickly jumps out 6-0. One of the highlights in Nevada's game against Georgia Southern, that opening drive where the Wolfpack go 10 plays and 85 yards and jump out to an early 7-0 score. Welcome back to Wolfpack All Access, joined by head coach Jeff Choate. And Coach, we just saw that play at the end of that drive. I mean, that was, as I mentioned, a real highlight of a football game in terms of even maybe so far this season. To go 10 plays and 85 yards, that might have been your best offensive drive we've seen.
Yeah, we had some good stuff in the openers, overcame a penalty on that drive as well, and were able to convert at a high clip on third down throughout the game. And unfortunately, we just could not get a lot of flow going. I think and there was 25 penalties. A couple of them were or one of them was declined, but 24 enforced penalties in the game, 10 on them, 14 on us for 134 yards. And that, I think, was really the tail of the game in the second half. When we were playing in rhythm, we did some really good things offensively. put up almost 500 yards of total offense. I think they were under 300. There's nothing on that stat sheet that says you lose that game, except for the self-inflicted wounds, the penalties. We had back-to-back 15-yard penalties at the end of the first half that resulted in giving them an opportunity to convert and throw a touchdown at the end of the half, which was, significant in the outcome of the game. And then we didn't win the turnover margin.
You guys had a lead going into the end of the second quarter. Looked like at the worst, maybe Georgia Southern can fight their way to a field goal, but then back-to-back penalties put them in a position. They take a big shot, they hit it, they get a touchdown, and they take the lead going into halftime. Did it frustrate you not only that it was a penalty, but it's the types of penalties? It was an unsportsmanlike penalty.
Well, one of them was an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. Their left tackle had gotten one on the previous play. There was some jawing going on. I think Henry came over really to try to defuse the situation. And, I don't know what he said, but it wasn't good.
Yeah.
And then on the very next play, we got a hands to the face penalty on a long arm that does happen a decent amount on the defensive line. That wasn't an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, but it was consequential. And then on the play where they score the touchdown, we're playing too far off. We don't have our post in the overlap. And so mental lapses at the end of the first half on defense really cost us. We tightened up and played exceptionally well defensive football in the second half, but we didn't take the ball away. We had 2 missed opportunities, and I think one of those, if we get one, that makes a big difference in the game. It was a very janky game, is I guess the word I would use. I think the officiating really dictated the flow of the game on both sides, and I think that's really hard because you're in flow, and then it's 2 steps forward, 3 steps backwards, and it's just challenging. And but we had to find a way to overcome it, and we put ourselves in position to do it, and we didn't execute.
You look at the box score, and if you took away the scores at the end of the day, you'd probably look at what you guys did. You had 17 minutes plus of time of possession. You had almost 500 yards of total offense, including over 200 yards on the ground. You hold them to like 1.5 yards per carry when they rush the football. Their quarterback throws for under 250 yards after their offense last week scored 45 points against Boise State. You don't throw an interception. I mean, you look at those types of metrics, right, as you're kind of evaluating a football game, and usually that's going to lead to a winning situation, right?
I agree, Alex. Or there's going to be some crazy anomaly stat like 4 interceptions or something along those lines. And while we lost the turnover margin, it was 1-0. It wasn't that significant. I just think it was, untimely penalties that either stopped drives or gave them momentum within drives. And that one turnover obviously was costly. And so, we just didn't find a rhythm offensively in the second half, and a lot of it was because we were behind the sticks. You get a holding penalty on first down, it's 1st and 20 now. That's a difficult position to be in, and I'm not an excuse maker. We've got to be better. The discipline part of it, I'm going to rectify that. That's going to be handled internally. And we can't beat ourselves. Our margin's very small. I think we're a good football team, but we have to do a lot of things right to win games. And penalizing ourselves, being undisciplined, not holding on to the football, those are things that we just can't do. And I do think that we're going to play a lot of tight games.
All right, so now you've had, I guess, maybe 12 hours so far to digest this one, but you also have to now quickly kind of turn the page and get ready for another big challenge for your team. You guys are heading out on the road to Big Ten country, going to take on Minnesota, the Golden Gophers. What have you been able to see from them so far on film?
Yeah, I watched their Rhode Island game in its entirety this morning. They've got a transfer quarterback from New Hampshire who I think made huge strides from the North Carolina game to the Rhode Island game. Obviously, the level of competition is a little bit different. But I think he's getting more comfortable within the offense. I mean, I think they're a team that, they run a lot of heavy personnel sets, a lot of 2 tight end sets. They want to run the ball. They look like a Big Ten offensive line. They're going to lean on you. The quarterback's a capable runner, but he's really more of a drop back guy. And they've got a couple of elite speed guys on the perimeter on offense. On defense, they bring some pressure at times that is a little bit challenging, too off the edge stuff that you've got to have a specific game plan for in terms of the protection. They're comfortable playing man to man, and but they're primarily a split safety match quarters team. So we've seen their style, I guess you could say, not really that dissimilar from us, except for maybe some exotic pressures that they bring on third down. And in the kicking game, they really haven't been tested a lot. They do have a dynamic returner, but last week, it was 48-0. It wasn't a lot going on in the kicking game. So that's an area where we've got to improve. And they have capable players in that phase.
All right, thanks, guys. Coming up, from Alaska to the Ivy League to the Silver and Blue, we feature new tight end Jace Henry, who is already making a huge impact. That's next on Wolfpack All Access, presented by Champion Chevrolet. Welcome back to Wolfpack All Access, presented by Champion Chevrolet. I'm Mike Stephenson. Jace Henry has proven to be an impact player right away, joining Nevada's tight end group for his last year of college ball. As Nevada Sportsnet's Shannon Kelly found out, it has all come full circle for the kid from the last frontier.
The right place at the right time. That's how Jace Henry describes his football career.
Lewis lofts it. Goal line, Henry! Touchdown, Nevada!
My dad is military, so I moved around all around the country. I was in Alaska from eighth grade, and then of course graduated high school there. I claim Alaska as my hometown. That's where I really became my own person and really developed myself.
A dual threat quarterback out of Fairbanks, Henry was the 2019 Gatorade Player of the Year in Alaska. He recalls his high school football seasons being shorter than most of his teammates.
8 games regular season, so we were done very quickly. The cold weather, that's always a big hurdle, especially in the off season, having to train inside of my high school gym, not really being able to throw the ball really far because you're playing on a basketball court.
Despite the challenges, Henry's talent would catch the eye of Jeff Choate.
The Alaskan assassin, man. I did a home visit when I was at Montana State, the winter of 2019-2020.
You always see on TV like coaches coming to meet the family and everything like that, and I had never expected that a coach would fly to Alaska to meet me and my family.
I remember telling our tight end coach at the time, I'm like, if I go to Fairbanks, Alaska, and we don't get this kid, you're going to be looking for another job. I go in the house, and within 30 seconds, the mom is just raving about Ivy League education, and so I'm like, we're not getting this kid, he's going to Dartmouth.
Henry would choose Dartmouth College, earning bachelor's degrees in engineering sciences and mechanical engineering.
Dartmouth has a great engineering program, and my academic advisor there was amazing. So he let me really balance football and school, and I explored a lot of classes, did a lot of clubs. Especially my senior year, I joined Dartmouth has a War and Peace Fellowship, so I joined that, met amazing people.
Standing at 6'4", 269 pounds as a tight end for the Big Green, a position he had never played before college.
Route running and stuff like that was a little bit more natural, and catching the ball, like playing quarterback, you have to catch the ball all the time, so every snap. So that wasn't as big of a hurdle for me to step up into, but learning how to block and being a dominant blocker was the biggest hurdle to jump over.
The Alaskan helped guide Dartmouth to 2 Ivy League titles, but last season's crown was more than just a championship. Tragedy hit the Big Green program, losing teammate Josh Ballara to an illness in the spring, and its head coach, Buddy Tevens, to injuries from a bicycle crash just 2 days before the 2023 season.
He's a once-in-a-lifetime person to me. That's what ultimately drew me to Dartmouth, among the other things. But I think, and also I want to specifically mention also my teammate Josh Ballara. He's the most amazing guy you could ever meet. Being able to lean on my teammates and really have a goal and work towards something, especially in their names, was a huge thing for all of us and really drew us closer.
Following the 2023 season, Henry put his name in the transfer portal with 1 year of eligibility left. A familiar face soon called.
I was put back into contact with Coach Choate, and it was great to see his phone number on my phone when he called me.
He is a much more physical blocker, and he's a capable receiver. Highly intelligent young man. He can pick things up quickly, takes to coaching. He's been an awesome addition.
Lewis takes the snap, looks left, fires left, caught. Henry leaps into the end zone. Touchdown, Nevada.
We would be lost without him. He got that first touchdown at Mackey Stadium.
Dubbed the 6th man on the Union, Henry hopes to make his final year of college football the best yet.
I feel like blocking is one of those things that's kind of it kind of goes under the table. No one really sees it, but it's something that I feel like, to me, it has a huge impact on the team. And having a tight end that can block really well, that's my biggest thing. Though, and make sure I'm a dominant blocker and being known for being a tough guy to go against, and that you don't want to put a defender against me.
For Wolfpack All Access, I'm Shannon Kelly.
Henry's got quite a story. He was born in Virginia but has lived in nearly a dozen different places. He claims Alaska as home. When he was living in California, would you believe he and his brother RJ were actually background actors on the TV show How I Met Your Mother? What a life, and still so young. All right, coming up next on Wolfpack All Access, we're catching up with a Nevada basketball alum turned athletic trainer. It's a day in the life of Joe Shaw. But first, here's Chris Murray with This Week in Wolfpack History.
On September 11th, 1976, Chris Ault coached his first game at Nevada, a 30-13 win over Cal State Hayward before 5,400 fans at Mackey Stadium. While the Pioneers would win just one game that season, this contest marked a new era for Nevada. Coming off 3 decades of nondescript football, Ault's Wolfpack went 8-3 in his first season, its most victories in 28 years. A season later, Nevada was top 5 in Division II, and a year after that, Nevada was #1 in the country in the FCS. By the time he retired, Ault would win a school record 234 games, his imprint forever left on the sport. But Ault's path to the College Football Hall of Fame all started that sunny September afternoon in 1976. Your favorite player in the NFL is?
Hassan Reddick or J.J. Watt, yeah. Or T.J. Watt, sorry. Yeah, those are my 2 favorites. Probably say Utah, probably Salt Lake or Provo. I like that area. It's pretty nice. Dog, lion, for sure lion. Or wolf, yeah. Or wolf, yeah. Prayer. For sure, prayer. I love saying prayers before my game, getting me mentally and spiritually ready. There's Notre Dame. When Mentai Te'o came back for his little ritual, that was by far the best game I've played in.
Wolfpack All Access rolls on. Mike Stephenson here, hanging out in our Champion Chevrolet studio. It was not too long ago when Joe Shaw was rocking the silver and blue, playing a pivotal role for Wolfpack basketball. Well, now he's back in town with a new career and another pivotal role, tasked with keeping Nevada's track and field stars in tip-top shape.
I was recruited here out of high school, but decided to go to Indiana. Then I transferred and ended up here. I was overseas for about 9 years after college. Some of the teams I was on, we didn't have a trainer. I would learn how to tape my own ankles, and I would even help tape my teammates' ankles and stuff like that. And after that, I just kind of fell in love with the body, how it worked, and I just went head first straight into athletic training to get my master's in it. These ladies put in a lot of work. Yeah, Oma! Yeah, Tito! We call it track and field street and cross-country court. That's where you can find me. Ever since I've been here, I've just been happy. I've just been enjoying it, just enjoying these athletes. You ready? Let's tape you up. Okay, your toes is looking decent. Okay.
I keep it doing okay.
Enjoying working with them every day, just trying to get them to be ready to perform the best they can. How's class today?
I don't have class till 3.
Oh, you living a good life. My favorite part has nothing to do with what I do. It's just kind of hanging out with the athletes and just, we make jokes. We see each other every day. Amelia, what's your toes looking like? We judging toes today.
Joe, who's your favorite athlete? Is it me?
Sometimes it's Johanna. On your back. There you go. Hi, Mom. Mom's looking younger than you.
My mom looks younger than me.
No, I'm joking. The other part is just if somebody's going through some injury or something, just seeing them progress back to getting back to where they want to be. So just kind of go through your first 5 exercises and then we'll get the last one going. Oh, it's the whole area? And just helping them as much as I can. So we're going to do a little cupping right now. Have you had issues with this before? If it's too tight or anything, let me know. All right, tell me when to stop. I've been enjoying it. My family's enjoying it. And just seeing my extended family, my nephews are here. They're enjoying it. I know he's a handful.
You're not doing anything. You just been walking back and forth for the past hour.
I've been over here trying to hype you up, and you gonna try to diss me? Hey, man, where you been at? I haven't seen you in like 2 weeks. What's up, man? How you been?
I'm good.
Yeah, school going all right? I'm just enjoying every day and take, just like I tell the kids to enjoy their time here and take advantage of it, I'm trying to do the same thing for as long as I'm here. Okay, what's up? That's the energy I like.
Thank you, Joe.
Coming up next, we're wrapping a bow on the latest edition of Wolfpack All Access. Back here on Wolfpack All Access, presented by Champion Chevrolet. A couple quick notes to get to. Season tickets for Nevada men's basketball are now on sale for as low as $149 for the whole season. Don't miss a moment of the action and be part of the energy inside Lawler Event Center with your closest friends and family. You can visit mynevadatickets.com or call 775-348-PACK. And celebrate Family Weekend with the Wolfpack as Nevada football takes on Eastern Washington Saturday, September 21st at noon. Bring your family out for an afternoon and experience game day at Mackey Stadium with tickets as low as $20. Once again, visit mynevadatickets.com or call 775-348-PACK. We'd love to see you out there, but if you can't make it for any reason, we will be airing that game live for you over on Nevada Sportsnet. All right, that is it for this week. From our Champion Chevrolet studio, I'm Mike Stephenson. We'll see you next time on Wolfpack All Access.
This has been an exclusive presentation from Learfield.